We're going to have the same panel that we had this morning during the contractor forum, and President Murphy said that the four representatives, when Bill Egan gets back up on the platform, represent 125 years of experience in the EIFS industry, so they're very qualified to present this. One of the items why we're doing independent third-party inspection is because ASHRAE in ASHRAE Standard 90.1, the thermal energy requirements for high-rise structures, is going to require independent inspection for the commissioning of a project. So to get ahead of the curve, we're going to explore it if it ever comes for EIFS, which it could happen. So first off, to present will be Peter Harrison to talk about third-party inspection overall. Next will be followed by Bill Preston, who's going to talk about the code requirements for third-party inspection. Bill Egan will talk about the elements of the project to inspect, and Terry Vinus will talk about the roles and responsibilities of the key players. So with that, Peter, why don't you take off? You have the clicker here, and go to it, and just pass it off to the next person. You're going to pass it off to Bill Preston.
I'm going to give an overview about third-party inspection. We all live with third-party inspection. Manufacturers not directly with respect to the project, but when there are issues, generally the issues come to the manufacturer to give some input, especially when there's a dispute with an inspector. Let's go into a kind of overview of what's involved here in the, from the whole project perspective with inspection. Okay. What's a third party anyway? I had an interesting explanation once from a building official with a building department. Said, not paid for by the taxpayer. That's what a third-party inspector is. From his point of view, inspector paid for by the owner, not someone from his department. As a third party is also not a party to the construction contract. So while they may be engaged by the general contractor, they are working for the owner. And the owner may have, as part of the contract with the general contractor, the requirement to hire a third-party inspector, but the third-party inspector is not one of the contracting parties. The third-party inspector may or may not be also a special inspector, and the rest of the panel is going to go into the distinction about what a special inspector is, because that comes under code. Familiar looking character? Okay. So what is inspection anyway? It's systematic checking against an established standard. Now that's kind of an amalgam of a lot of things I read about what's inspection, but there are a couple of parts of that obviously stand out. It's systematic and it's to a standard. And again, the rest of the panel is going to kind of go into great detail about what those standards are and what makes them systematic. It's really a part of project quality management. You may have your own internal quality management, you may have your own internal inspection kind of checklist, but then the owner wants one that's separate from that, and that represents the owner's interest in quality project delivery. Again, third-party inspector may be hired by the GC or by the owner directly. The quality delivery of the quality of the project is the GC's overall responsibility. Even so, there may be a third party involved, and it complicates the GC's life and all of the subs' lives too. But that complexity really cannot be avoided. Okay, and what is a quality system? It's got two parts: quality assurance, quality control. And the third party inspection is key to some of that activity. In the quality assurance, you've got planned, systematic actions so that the quality requirements for the project will be fulfilled. It provides confidence that the construction will meet the contract and applicable standards. And the contract usually has in it what the referenced applicable